everyone. Shout out to Ruth Bubba who sent me this and everyone else who sent me videos. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. An unspoken epidemic. Homicide rate increase for Black women rivals that of Black men. Wow. Are we progressing or regressing? Homicide on the rise. Let's check out this fair use, this news article. 5 Black women and girls were killed each day in 2020, most of them with guns. Gender violence must be at the center of the gun debate, advocates say. In 2020, a year of rising homicides amid a devastating pandemic in the U.S., the increase in the death rate for Black women rival that of Black men. As homicides increased nearly 30% nationwide last year, the rate for Black women and girls rose 33%, a sharper increase than for every demographic except Black men, and more than doubled that of white women, according to the Guardian analysis of homicide data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Killings of Black women and girls increased across age groups, from school-aged children to senior citizens. Gun violence drove the increase, with 3/4 of homicide victims who were Black women and girls dying from gunshot wounds. The increase only worsened an unspoken epidemic that has been unfolding over years, advocates say. From the mainstream feminist movement to the news media, to law enforcement, to community violence prevention organizations, many institutions have stayed silent about the crisis of violence against Black women, who are expected to care for others, but often do not receive the same level of care. Look at the chart. Black women and girls had the second highest homicide rate increase from 2019 to 2020. Look at this. Female homicides, 120,000. Male homicides. Who's at the top? The same people who are at the bottom economically. The homicide rate among Black men in the U.S. has long captured national headlines, but despite decades of Black feminist scholarship and organizing on the topic, violence against Black women and girls continues to receive little attention. And that's why this channel is here, because we are going to speak about it. We're going to highlight it and make people aware. We're not going to be silent. The headlines are Black men and boys face astronomical homicide rates, or Black men and boys face an increase in homicide that's deeply troubling. You might get a paragraph that says, and so are Black women and girls, says Kimberly Crenshaw, a Black feminist legal scholar whose work has highlighted police violence against Black women. Often, the data doesn't even get reported. The heightened vulnerability of Black women to violence should be seen and addressed as a crisis alongside the already recognized epidemic of Black male homicide, Crenshaw said. I agree. Community violence prevention typically focuses on Black men and boys who face the highest risk of being killed, and domestic violence advocacy is most often shaped by the experiences of white women, researchers say. This creates a vacuum of solutions tailored to the unique ways that Black women and girls are vulnerable to violence. A national march against Black femicide is being planned for late August in Washington, D.C., where the homicide rate for Black women was among the highest in the nation in 2020. Rosa Page, an Arkansas-based nurse and founder of Black Femicide US, is organizing the march. When I saw the rate increase in Page say, I just had to do something. There were 1,821 Black women and girls killed in 2020. That's 5 women and girls a day. In a handful of states, including Kentucky and Ohio, as well as Washington, D.C., the number of killings doubled or even tripled. How much the increase in the homicide rate for black women and girls was driven by domestic violence or other kinds of violence isn't completely clear. There are significant gaps in national law enforcement data about their murders. For nearly half of the killings of black women and girls in 2020, the FBI's supplementary homicide report lists the relationship between the victim and the person who killed her as unknown. Available data indicates that, like most American women, black women are often killed by someone they know. Nearly a third of black women and girls in 2020 were known to be killed by an intimate partner or family member, according to law enforcement homicide data report to the FBI. And another 16% were killed by a friend, neighbor, or acquaintance. In a country where many neighborhoods and schools are racially segregated, many homicide victims are killed by someone of their same race, usually a man, according to FBI National Homicide Statistics. And look at this chart. So here we can see the white victim. She's more than likely killed by her intimate partner. And we've seen videos on that. Get ready to file for divorce. He about that money. Someone's got to be gone. We've seen that on Dusty Dan. Intimate partner, black female victim, 20%. Family, 11% for black women. White female victim, 15%. Friend, neighbor, or acquaintance, 16%. For black women, 18% for white women. Unknown, 45%. And here's my opinion on the unknown for black women, 45%. The reason I think a lot of this is unknown, the 45%, is because of one thing. You're in proximity to low performing men in the black community. You're in proximity to low performing men in the black community. They have nothing. I just saw a comment on a previous post, and Lightning Below was saying they have no home, no job, no money to spend. They have nothing. So you look up, you could be walking down the street, come out and suck a punch and beat you to a pulp for nothing. Low vibrational men, low performing men, men that refuse to build, and their counterparts, the ones that do get billed, they also get killed. Most, when they get some money, they run out, leave the community, and they go build other communities. So the 45% is unknown. Why? Just being in proximity to dust buckets, diabolical, evil chocolate drop dust buckets. I think that explains that 45%. You trying to ride the subway to get to work? You've seen the video on the channel. Most of you probably have. What's the woman doing? She just trying to get to her apartment. Some old dust bucket. Got them old duck sounding feet. Trying to race to the woman, try to bomb rush into her apartment. And she closed the door just in time. Low performing men. Your $50 billion liability boy. I believe that explains the 45% unknown. Don't forget, they cost the community annually $50 billion. Your liability boys. Yeah. So just by being in proximity to them, and they have been coddled by the mammies, they expect everybody else to give me and give me. And when you don't give me and give me, because the mammies have raised them so, they set the expectation as so, they go out into the world, they just start just taking. Just taking. Yeah. That's what I think, the 45% when you say unknown. They have to live and leech off women and children. just being around them. Then the man miss her pockets getting dry. They don't think they're dusty. They just don't do. Chocolate drops always get the block hot. You can't even get gasoline. Snatch you out of your car. Look at the black woman in her 20s getting gasoline. Some black men come and shoot her in her head. Take her purse, her belongings, and drive off in her car. I believe they shot her from the back. Shot her from the back. So unknown, but just know it's a black man. Just being in proximity. Oh, just like this here. Gee, what happened? Was it Dequasha Jackson? Siblings left without mom in Irvington, murder-suicide. She was also a business owner. Yeah, she started a company. I believe she was mixing scents, like for your body. Yeah, I keep telling you, they are taking out what? The best and brightest. A business owner. Gee, I wonder who's going to carry on the torch of the business now. We got bigger fish to fry because guess what? She's been murdered and left 2 children here. Who do they have? Who do they suspect? Her man. Dequasha Jackson with kids Zion and Nova. A brother and sister from Irvington are forced to grow up without their mom, who was killed in a murder-suicide last week. Dequasha Jackson, age 31, was shot and killed by Dane Lawrence, age 32, at a home on Adams Street on Thursday, June 9th, before he turned the gun on himself. Acting Essex County Prosecutor Theodore Stevens II said, Dequasha Jackson, Boo Boo, was stolen from her children Zion and Nova horrifically. By who? So unexpectedly and very unfortunate. But now, my nephew and niece are faced to grow up without the person who loved them endlessly. Zion loves sports and is very nice. Nova just started school and started becoming very familiar with all her mother's loved ones. Let's come together as a village to help stabilize Zion Nova at this tragic time. Her boyfriend. That's my understanding, the boyfriend. Dusties bring drama. They bring a lot of trauma. They bring death. The financial implications. Get the GoFundMe up. Someone has to raise 2 children. And explain that their mother is no longer in the land due to the senseless behavior of an evil black man, the one I consider that pretty much works for the Klan. Because that's what the Klan does. Don't forget, they destroy your businesses and they RAP the women and they murder you. Isn't that what some of these black men are doing? Let's not act brand new. Killing out business owners every day. RAPing the woman, killing children, murdering each other, murdering the women and children. Ergo, as I've been saying, black men working for the Klan. I've been saying that for quite some past couple of months. Black men working for the Klan. What does Sergeant John Young have to say about it? But see, we don't want to talk about this, making him look bad. Check this out. What does he say? And you've heard it before here.
40 years later, more innocent is gunned down on that street by a black man is disgusting. I said it. There's a subculture of gun violence in the city of Mobile with young black men. It's high damn time we did something about it. I said it. So,
and what you can do about it is stay dust free, ladies. It's increasing. Rivals that of black men. But we're supposed to be quiet. Nope. We're going to speak out about it. Look at this chart. Black, white, Hispanic, American, Indian, Asian. And I know people don't want to hear it. Dr. Claude Anderson, everything the man has said is true. He said you're pretty much a third, we're at the bottom, third class citizen. Probably gonna end up being fourth. More people come, we push more at the bottom, and let's start. And we understand. Oh, when they get a chance, we're also contributing to it. Beg, borrow, steal. We're gonna have to add another one. Kill. You can't get gas. Those jack can kill black women. Can't make it on their own. Leeching off of you. Then they try to use the youth to get a SCX operation going. Put on the street. Who can't see a correlation here financially? Who is at the bottom financially, collectively? The black race. But when it comes to the murder and killing, who is at the top? The black race. And you don't see a correlation? You can't be, nobody can be this dumb. So these men, they don't build, but they know how to kill. They don't want a job, but they can rob. We've already seen how the man was like the one that's in jail. They come up, oh, extortion, they were beating on him. How you get up in there? What's the charge on you? I didn't hear her once in the interview say about her son being innocent. But they came up with, they have an attorney and plus paid $9,000 in, I guess, protection money. You got that kind of money. Why couldn't you use that money to start a business or to invest? Why is your son in jail? What's he in there for? This group has it all wrong. 2022 and still don't know what the hell to do with your darn life. I'm sorry, still stupid. What worked for your grandmammy, your mammy, young black woman, it's not gonna work for you today. Because you've been taught to just look the other way. Oh, well, it's a black man. Don't forget it's a black man that works for the Klan because he's doing the very same thing that they do. Don't forget. Besides RAPE, they also murder black people and they also come after your businesses. And what the black man is doing, these dust buckets are doing. Remember the black man that's sat in his waiting for a refrigerator on a house that he purchased now. He bought the house, not a renter, he bought it. I'm assuming as an investor because he lived elsewhere. Waiting to put a refrigerator on a house that he just bought. What happened? Here come a dust bucket, diabolical chocolate drop. The seed of poverty, this D comes along, just shoots the man and kills him. Shoots the black man just sitting in front of the house that he bought. Seed of poverty just comes along and shoots and kills him. A suspicious vehicle. Anybody that's productive is suspicious in the hood. So the 45% unknown, yeah, we already know it's at the hands of Tyrone. Black women having these kids. Anybody who gets pregnant, I just don't understand, who don't get the memo. But I get it. You always think, oh, it's not going to be me. Wake up and smell a coffee. Don't end up on the screen. Dealing with these dusties is deadly. Unknown. Just by being in proximity to them, you're putting your life in danger. And it's facts. It's the truth. They're expecting you to care for others who's caring for you. Okay, you marched for prison reform. You got it. Where's it getting? You killed. How many of them have already been caught? Well, he got a record and they just let him out. He done killed somebody. So let's see the reversal. Black women, you already marched for black men. Is there time to march for you? March for us. I wouldn't hold my breath. we won't be here. And they're always complaining about that white man, that white man. But every time you look up, they perform the same actions as a Klan. Low performing men. Black women and girls had the second highest homicide rate increase from 2019 to 2020. Times are going to get harder. And I'm willing to bet you we're going to see more of this right here. We'll see more of this. Our recession is coming. Mm-hmm. Hey, there's someone saying it's already here, and I believe it. It's going to get worse. More layoffs. So when they can't make it and they're so angry, but see, they know they're very, very, unless they have a gun for robbing, they're not going to go to those other men like that. The only person that is safe around a black man is a non-black man. That's the only one who's safe around these ninjas. I'm sorry to tell you, is a non-black man. If you're a black man that's professional, something going on, you might want to keep it on the low. Because they will come after you, and off to the ME you will go, the medical examiner. They can't make it. I'm sorry, they're too inferior, too lazy. And they have been raised this way. The memory's been protected, but guess what? It's gonna backfire on her too. It already is. He murking her, going upside her head. It's gonna backfire. Unspoken epidemic. Then when you have like these channels, they want to attack you. They're so ignorant. Why don't you go attack the Klan, boo? Better yet, why don't you stop being a black man and works for the Klan? Why don't you go and attack that inferiority spirit that's inside your dumb ass? Anyway, I'm getting mad when you watch my language. Look in the mirror and look at your dumb butt and figure out what the hell can you do to be productive instead of being a damn menace. The ancestors ought to be so embarrassed I went through all this in this country and you ain't got nothing but a bunch of low performing, worthless ninjas walking around here. They don't think like that. Look in the mirror and see what the hell you can do. They always want some quick money. Then they get a darn felon. They want to fly right. Well, I can't get no job. Did you not learn from the last Negro before you? And you wonder why no one's coming to say this group. See what they don't still understand? They already see how you operate toward the ones that try to help. So they figure, well, heck, they killing them out. No. Unbelievable. So black women, keep your head in the swivel. The worst thing you can do, and I'm just gonna be real with you. And I don't. My father was a black man, but he wasn't a dusty. I'm gonna tell you real quick right now. The worst you could do, I'm sorry to say, unless you got a man that you're gonna be married to, and he is a provider. I don't mean some fool you done picked up and you got to take care of him. It's a lot of that going on too, ladies. Don't be some of them like, oh, I'm married, I'm happy. Oh, I got a story about that. Oh my gosh, that's a different subject. But the worst thing you can do, you have to be a little slow. You carrying the seed of poverty deep. If you want to ensure poverty and anguish in the land and just live a life of drama and trauma, get pregnant by an average broke down black man. It's guaranteed. Becky finding out too. The stories I heard, people I know. The seed of poverty, boy, these stuff is getting around. You'd be surprised, and I'm sorry to say it. Other people of other races, they dropping off babies left and right. Black, white, Hispanic are having to take care of the seed of poverty D. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Gotta see this child here said, because my life matters. Not in Blackistan, it doesn't. So yeah, so black women, we marched and we need prison reform. Sweetheart, you need a lot more than that. Be a true queen. Realize your value and self-esteem. You want to continue to breathe? Stay dust free. In closing, you know the jingle. Beware the angry black man, black man, black man. Beware the angry black man. Please have your gun in hand. He'll come for you. You don't even know this dude. Go upside your head. Lay down, play that. Beware the angry black man. Dun, 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 dun. Please have your loaded gun in hand. I'm out.